Hello, and welcome back to another installment of Space Engineers Areas at War, episode 15, I believe. We have brought back our big gunship to our asteroid base. I was thinking last night as I was trying to go to sleep that this place is great. You know, it's great for uranium and silver, but it's a little bit too exposed, and this rock isn't really big enough for us to do much with. It's also on a throughfare. Oh, what's that? Colby, a wanderer. I'm a wanderer. It's a little bit too exposed. Like, there's a lot of through traffic here. Which is great if you want to fight all the time, but all the time is not what I want to do, because it's just a little bit too much, and it's not, as a home base, it's just too busy. So we'll keep this structure here, and we'll keep this kind of operational. It's got a few guns on there already. We'll expand that out, but I think we're going to set up a new asteroid base. And I have scouted one out that is in that direction. And what I've done in the meantime is I've printed out another of the miners from the workshop, another one I use a lot. This is an ion-based miner. It's a fantastic miner. As I said, ion-based, decent hold, pretty nippy. It's the Julian Bursty by Tider. He makes some really awesome ships, and I like this one a lot. It's well designed, well named. The components that it's made of, it's got a built-in projector, and as I said, it's pretty nippy. It's also got connectors in all the kind of right places. It doesn't have one on the, oh, it does have one on the back. Yeah, this one's really versatile. This one, the hydrogen one, is hydrogen, which is also a bit of a pain in the ass. And connector-wise, it's more limited. It's only got a top and bottom. So what I've done is I've the main connector to the base. What I did is I docked, and then I came out and I chopped the connector off. So I left the connector on with a couple of pipes. Then I chopped it off, and then I attached these four ways, the pipes and some extra connectors, so I could dock the miners to them. And then our little decoy thing from Future Wellington, I attached to this one. So it's riding piggyback on it. And then I threw on an extra connector, pulled off kind of all of the ores and ingots and components and that sort of stuff, and I put it onto the ship. So now we will pop across and go to the new asteroid. So, yeah, let's go and have a look. There's a walk. Got these ramps. I'm still not super happy with these ramps. I need to kind of rework the interior of this thing. This ship is really good, really powerful, really, it's capable. It's fast. It's maneuverable. Planetary thrust is a little lacking, but you know. It's fine. Okay, so here we are, and our new base is kind of over in that direction. So I scouted out the asteroids that were nearby, and yeah, clear. And this one is okay. It's okay. It's not super huge. I didn't want anything that was kind of super huge. I wanted something that's fairly close to this station, because the through traffic from the NPC faction makes for a handy sandwich. So it's very easy to kind of go and slide some ships and drag them back. I'm hoping this one is a little bit out of the way, but to be honest, it doesn't matter that much. It's a nice big space inside. inside. It's basically, you know, it's a nice area that we can build in. We're fairly safe from passing ships. We can put some guns and such on it. And the big hole has it's kind of through section with the anterior end. I think it's in the top part, just up here. Is fairly small. It also makes a nice that is our plan, and it's a good plan. There's a lot of silver around here. Okay, it's going to be not super snug, but more snug. One thing I did do beforehand, when I decided this was going to be the one, is I grabbed the voxel hands and went into admin mode, and because there were a couple of pixels that were just kind of floating, a couple of voxels that were kind of hovering there, and you can't draw them out. So I just deleted them using the hands. Otherwise, you know, you run into them with a ship or yourself, and you know, suddenly you're toast, you're dead. Okay, so this is it. It's got a couple of broken parts off here. This is right on the other side, and then. Yeah, this is bigger, so it just gives us more options for inside. This is the dark side. So the sun is going to be down there, below the gas giant. Trying to run smack into it. We're not going to use the. We'll probably mine out the silver, but. Got some interesting spaces, some nice crevices that I like, and then the main entrance is up here. No, it's not up here. I think this is it. Yeah. So this is like it's got a nice space. This is a smaller entrance that we can kind of tidy up a little bit and then put those hanger doors on. It's got a pretty decent space here. Like I cleaned out the dead pixels, but I didn't get rid of these spiky parts. That's we can do that with a mining ship. And then it's got a nice, fairly large kind of entrance-ish place here that we can clean up and then probably create a nice like docking section. I'm not quite sure where yet. It comes up here, so you know, maybe like coming in here, and then we can have a docking section here into where the main base is going to be, kind of in here. So we'll clean this out. We'll make it a bit more regular. We'll put down a bit of foundation, put down the essentials, and then we'll figure out the next steps. But I quite like it. I think it looks okay. It does need some work, but you know, that's part of what the fun is, isn't it? It's carving out your own niche, as it were. But I think it could work pretty well. I think, yeah, we'll put the big ship kind of coming into this area, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't want to have too much faffing around with maneuvering. It may be that we have something that kind of comes out of this space. It looks like an angry mouth, isn't it? Maybe we'll carve out some eyes up here and stuff. But there's plenty of scope. There's plenty of space for what I have in mind. Is that just the hole? Yeah, another hole. Okay, that's good. And maybe actually we'll bore into and through, and then have the docking section kind of here, slightly out of the way. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure about that. But we'll start off. We'll start off here, and yeah, we'll see how that arc goes. I think. So yeah, I'm going to go and tidy up the inside and put something where we can at least dock up our miners, and then I'll be back. Okay, catch you in a minute. Okay, a little trick I wanted to show you with if you're kind of creating an asteroid base and looking to kind of carve out different sections. One of the things I like to use is PAM. So on a PAM miner, if you go through and you go through and set up PAM and just set up a current job, then turn the sensor view on. Okay, so you can see the sensor field range. And then you can actually set, when you start setting up a new job, PAM will show you a projection of where the mining area is going to be. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm just lining up with where I want it in the hole. Like this, maybe down, yeah, just a little bit more, like this. And you can see a lot of this from kind of inside the cockpit. And then if you come out, you can actually see the projection. So there's like a wireframe. Okay, so what I'm looking to do is enlarging this hole so that we have a docking section. I want the top of this shaved off just a little bit, so it's more rectangular. It needs to come a little bit to its right. Or does it need to be a little bit wider? No, a little bit to the right. And then that should be just right. So get back to the cockpit. A little bit to the right. There you go. Yeah, maybe even a little bit more. That's it. And that's going to give us a nice letterbox style opening here. It's going to be nice and clear. And this is what we're going to use for our miners, the auto miners, to come in and out. So they'll be docking inside, like some kind of hangar. They'll take off, they'll leave the asteroid, so we'll start setting up a path out through the asteroid here. And they go off to one of the asteroids to mine, pick up resources, come back in through the door, and then Bob's your uncle. I'm not sure if we're going to do it exactly that way, so we'll have the docking on the inside, or if that when they're in resource gathering mode, we have something outside where they can just connect up, dump off their stuff, and go off again for the next batch. The reason for that is basically this opening is pretty small. We're going to have two or three miners going off and doing it, and kind of making sure they're not crashing into each other is important. Otherwise you end up with bits of miner floating around outside your base. So that's the plan. I'm going to kick this off and I will come back once that's done. Okay, so we have carved out the letterbox.
Energy
entrance.
critical.
Oh, need to get some energy. That's in here. So yeah, we've carved out the letterbox. And I think it's the right type of size. It's good enough for the mining ships to come in and out. Can I get a better angle on it? Yeah. It's kind of hidden into the rock face. So I think that looks okay. And I've built this kind of blocky frame just around it, just so I can understand or figure out if it's the right height. I want to put in the oh, 1 second, that's my daughter. No, I didn't, Chris. I was just talking, just recording a segment for the week. Are you getting hungry? Good. And what's that? Yeah. I need 10 more minutes to finish this. Yeah. And then I will put some supper.
I don't want popcorn.
Well, no, but it's going to take me about 15 minutes to cook supper, so in total that's going to be 25 minutes. So that's half an hour. That's a long time. Okay, I need to get back to this. I'm still recording. Can I just get back a minute? Yeah, that's Grace coming in for a chat. So I put this little frame around it because the doors I want to use, the hanger blocks, are 3 blocks long, and I wanted to make sure that I had the right the right height, and also that things were going to align up in the right type of way. So I put some blocks in here. I've kind of embedded them as much as possible using the what is it now? The local grid align placement mode, which allows you to kind of tuck in and kind of get blocks from places that you wouldn't normally be able to see easily enough. I can't really show you an example at the moment, but yeah, it's worth playing around. Instead of spinning around trying to find the right angle to get a block in, it saves you a lot of that pain. So now we have this set up, and I want it kind of as embedded and aligned with the rock as possible. And so this is what I've come up with. And again, as I said, these blocks are 3 long. So if we put these in here, and then this is 6 blocks high. So I can put the other ones like this. And then Bob will run the rock for me. I may switch some of these out the window then once I am complete. So that's the kind of frame that we have for this hanger. We don't strictly need some hanger doors here, but it's a bit of extra protection. We can bring it round should bring it down should pirates come by. One of the top shots of the transport ship that likes to navigate around here. And so this has got a nice it's got a kind of nice bunkery view. Now I'll trim back pretty cool colour. We are probably going to have to bring down here, I think. This section doesn't necessarily need to be airtight. Trimmed properly. These are the big guns. And yeah, we'll do some painting of this. These barbershop stripes are not are good for knowing where things are and see clearly and that stuff. But, especially where it's so dark at the moment, we don't have any lights up. Definitely goes without. This we'll have something much. I'm not sure if we're going to have kind of a darky blocks. I know often what we end up using. Get the spray can. And I put these up here, again, not strictly necessary, because the blocks will attach to their neighbours, the one on either side. But, it just makes it feel more more robust. Although I doubt that's true. We'll probably keep the ones on the inside. Maybe not the ones there. Maybe not the ones kind of along this wall, but the ones here on the floor. Because this gives us an alignment point that we can use on the interior of the base. Yeah. So this is, this is one kind of, this way we can make sure, like if this is a deck, like a landing deck, then the connectors will, align and that sort of stuff. The conveyors and so on and so forth have to go in terms of the infrastructure. But we have a lot of space inside here. I'm a little bit anxious about this space here, but we'll figure something out. I'll put the decoy launcher that we got from Wellington over here. It's all ready to use. And then our miners are completely full of, this one's full of stone and low on hydrogen. And this iron one is just parked out here. Have to dig out this chunk. So yeah, I think that's looking kind of what I wanted. And it's nicely aligned. I think it's nicely aligned with this flat piece of the asteroid here. Just make this. So the next steps is getting the critical infrastructure kind of up and running. So that's going to be putting in. I think we need storage. Hydrogen storage, cargo storage, that sort of stuff. We need batteries, power generation, that sort of stuff. We have access to a really large uranium asteroid. So I'm probably going to put a big reactor in here. But kind of fleshing out the critical infrastructure and thinking about where the core plumbing is going to be, the conveyors and that sort of stuff, which is almost directly tied to storage. So yeah. And I also need to fairly quickly get up connector ports so I can charge up the miners, because the hydrogen one is pretty low on juice. So I'll think about that, and as you just heard, I need to put supper on for the rug wrap. Back in a bit. Okay. So we have the essentials kind of up and running. I did have a little bit of a crash earlier with GeForce, and it brought me back to an earlier save, even though there was another save in place, so a little bit annoying. So we have a reactor, an event controller here. The event controller is managing the reactor being on and off based on the charge of the batteries. We've got some storage containers down here. Just kind of linked up in a any-to-any pattern, which kind of makes it simpler for the plumbing. And we've got this small dock here for our mining ships. This is going to move out of the way. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the nanobot dig module to dig into the asteroid down here a bit, rather than using the miners, because it's easier to set up and I don't have to worry about the stone. And we'll probably use one of the incinerator mods to dump the stone out. This chunky monkey has plenty of space going down. I think still the bulk of the asteroid is kind of down here. Just be careful a little bit about coming out too much this side, because this there's some kind of really weird and odd angles over here. And then the hole at the top that we have up here. Let's go it's a weird floating bit. We're going to get rid of that. Yeah, so this portion here is a fair bit of an opening, but it's at the moment it kind of feels a little bit like a liability, but I'm going to turn it into a strength. I think that if we tidy up this front piece a little bit, maybe lop off this end in here, we can use this as a way to kind of bring our beast into here a little bit, maybe a little bit over this way. Yeah. So we'll probably turn this into a kind of like an armored landing deck that we can use, and then put some guns around here. We'll put another something around kind of this way. I don't really want to go all the way to the top. I want something that's kind of here, so that's pointing out in this direction to deal with any aggro that's kind of inbound from the front of those mining doors, in case the the miners drag a pirate with them. Yeah, so something kind of embanked over here. We've got this is a floater, and we've got this floater just here. But again, we can turn that into, we can tidy up the top and put something maybe on the top here, and then plumb it through into this side. I like this kind of fortified, this hatchway, this hangar entrance just here. And yeah, we'll probably panel up this top portion a bit. Put maybe some more hangar doors up here, and then we can have a drop-in section. And then I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about this, but yeah, we're definitely going to dig into the asteroid, and yeah, we're going to come down here. So let me get that set up, and then I'll kick it off, and then we'll head back. Okay, we're back. I am re-recording this section. I had a chunk of stage by stage of how the build was going, and when I was trying to edit it together into a video, I realised that today's sections of the build was step by step. The background audio from the game was just way too loud, and it was drowning me out. And I know many of you are here for my dulcet tones, so yeah, I thought I would re-record this and kind of go through what we've done. So let's start from the outside. This is our docking hatch, which I kind of showed off a bit before. We're going to use this in this orientation, and we've color-coded these sections so that each of the miners will take a different lane, and that will prevent any kind of collisions coming in and out of the base. So that's the plan there. And then we have currently we have a single miner up here. As I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with multiple miners. Maybe just use the different decks and do it that way around. But something fairly simple, but just to avoid kind of collisions as much as possible, which will mean putting in probably another deck over here in this section, so it lines up with that particular lane. And then underneath this, in the kind of the most protected part of the asteroid, we have a number of different decks. So we're going to kind of soft edge here under the docking connector, under the hangar doors. Okay, just venturing nearby. Got a reactor. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about power. We have tons of uranium, so that is not a problem to run. We have an event controller here, which is managing the reactor and the batteries. So when the batteries need a charge, it turns the reactor on. Just manage our uranium supply a little bit there. We've got these things set up for build and repair. This bottom one is the build and repair one, and this top one is the auto component builder based on the needs of the build and repair. we use the drill and fill miner mod for digging out a large chunk of this, which I think I covered in a previous video. We've got some stairs coming down because I want this to be a kind of, you know, a base where it's oriented and set up in such a way where we have different levels. So we come down here, the zigzaggy. We don't have a gravity generator yet. Got our assembler set up here. There's a gap that I need to fill. I'm not intending to make this whole base airtight, but I do want to kind of like more of a finished edge around certain pieces. But I also want the kind of rock to shine through. So we'll figure out how we do that. Here's our storage. I want the pipework exposed. Give it this kind of industrial feel. Maybe extend it across there so it looks like it goes into the wall. And then we have a layer down, so we'll build some stairs down here. And this is our refining section. It's plumbed in from, actually this is not plumbed in yet. Okay. And then I think over here, under this part, it's a person height. We're going to put hydrogen tanks and, yeah, we'll put the hydrogen tanks there and then maybe put the H2O2 generators on this side. Yeah, something along those lines. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, this is our ship section, this front section here, I'm going to turn into, probably this part, into a shipbuilder. Because we have one combat ship at the moment, but it's a big bulky beast and it's not super great for going into atmospheres. It can go into 1G, but it's a little bit tricky. It has to get asked first, and yeah, it's a great ship, great for space, but not great for planetary combat. And then there's going to be a habitation area, probably maybe over this side, where I have this area for habitation, so we get the view. Where's the? Oh, there's the thingy. So maybe kind of more over looking in this type of direction. So we get that kind of view and we can see up into our ship. And then this area here is going to be probably a surface dock place. I'm not exactly sure. The base will grow as and when our needs change. The drill and fill is an excellent module, really helpful. For constructing creative spaces. We have a lot of space to work with in this asteroid. So, you know, we'll be probably build out like a side room, maybe in this direction, to check the thickness of the asteroid. But maybe have that as like an overview area, you know, have some catwalks and that sort of stuff. And then again, like habitation more, maybe over this way, maybe clip out a chunk of this stuff with the drill and fill, and then have a habitation space here, and then coming down, maybe I don't know, maybe a kind of hand construction type zone. I'm not sure, but again, like bases grow to fill particular needs. Our main need at the moment, think of booze. Been a long couple of days. My daughter has got a stomach bug, so she's handling it well, but yeah, it's been tiring for both of us, mostly for her. And then I think we'll build like stairs coming down in this direction, so something like from here. We'll connect this up with catwalk. Yeah, across here, through here. Across this space and through here. 2 refineries is probably going to be enough. I need to put yield modules on that one as well. Thought I had started working on that, but I don't know. GeForce now is being a little bit weird. But yeah. So yeah, that's all connected up. So I can tweak this a little bit. Probably keep this floor coming to this point, and then build the stairs down from here. Whoop, wrong way around, like this. Don't want it too close to this part, so yeah, something like here. And have that on the end. I'm not sure if I have a corner. Not that way around. Maybe like this. And I have the stairs then coming up.
Energy low.
On this side. Story of my life. My energy is very low at the moment. Yeah, maybe something like that. And then, as I said, we're going to have the hydrogen tanks. Probably the big ones, and have them upside down. Like this. The only downside with that is the connector. It's on the wrong side. Like they could be directly plumbed into this portion. Actually, it's still a bit, I think I trim that out. Doesn't need to be done like that, but this, like that. Can't really put one there because it has the plumbed in, and we can remove that side of things. Needs a little bit of thought. But yeah, build the hydrogen tanks here, and then maybe build the H2O2. Kind of coming like if they need to be plumbed in, but you can plumb in from that, come down along this edge, come out in this direction. And then so we need H2O2 because we're in space, so we have ice asteroids. Maybe up that way. Can't really see them though. Unless I bring it down one.
Energy critical.
Yeah, energy's critical. Still where it was, yeah. Yeah, I have to carve out a bit more. I'm thinking maybe we have them down here, and then we have some stairs coming down here into this level. That could kind of work. Yeah, but that needs, I'd need to think about that a little bit more, I think. Okay. And temporarily we've got a medical corner, medical center here. We do run out of energy pretty quick because we're in space and this is a vacuum. So yeah, that's how things look like at the moment. It needs a bit of junk dotted about to make it look a little bit more presentable, cargo containers and that sort of stuff. And it needs a bit of colour. So the pipes are usually colour kind of yellow. So that they're more of a feature. I don't like the pipe, sadly. So something like this. Turn these more into a feature than anything else. So we change that cat colour to something different. So then it's kind of clear where the hazardous sections of the base are. Well, the entire base is hazardous. But yeah, paint it out like this and kind of give it a bit more depth. And then make it look a little bit more interesting. But the goal, essentially, we started out and we had our original asteroid base, the starter base that we had on that uranium and silver asteroid, which was great, but it was too much in the traffic that was passing by with space pirates and all sorts. So we were there was a lot of aggro that we were dealing with. In an every hour session, there was at least one or two, which is fine, but it kind of distracts from actually getting stuff done. So yeah. So I looked around and we found this asteroid. It's a decent size. It has some interesting features that I would like to try and make use of, such as these openings here, and this opening that we have down here for these hangar doors. So I thought that could be quite good. I'm still not 100% confident I got the orientation right of the base, but I'm kind of happy with how things are. With a few more decorations and things built out a bit more, it's going to look more homely. But the goal essentially of the first step was making sure we had the essentials up and running. So we had storage, we had assemblers, so that we can get stuff made. We had refiners, so that mining ships, when they bring stuff back, we can do something with it. And have something which was more of a kind of foothold for the future. So that was the plan. It looks like we reached our goal. I'm fairly okay with it. So thanks for watching. We will jump in and, as usual, do a split between live streams and some recorded content. Trying to do one of those a day. But again, as I said, my little rugrat, she's not feeling great. So that's the priority, is getting her back on our feet and hunky-dory. It's a summer holiday for them this week, so you'll probably hear her chime in some of the videos. She comes in and she wants a bit of help with something. But yeah, looking good. I think it's good. So as I said, thanks for watching. I'm Phase Motion. If you like the video. If you don't like the video, or if you do like the video, give me a comment. Let me know what you think. Give me some ideas. Your inspiration is always appreciated. And subscribe if you want to have more content like this in the future. So I will catch you again really soon. Until then, take care. Ciao, ciao.